we're still trying to get our head around this massive sellout by McCarthy on this debt ceiling bill that basically has given a Biden and the communists in government carte blanche, no cap, no limit, do what they want, no budget. Now I'm hearing you're going to fight it in appropriations. But then leadership the other day, Bob Good, your colleague, said, leadership said, we don't really have to fight this in appropriations. We've already got what we're going to get. What is going on here, Congressman Tom Tiffany?
Hey, before we hit that, I really want to recognize your previous guest, Nicole, and how she highlighted at the end of her comments about how the FBI, how they are not doing their job. Well, they're going after Americans, and we've seen it in so many different ways. We've got all these threats that are coming from overseas and other places, real criminals that they should be going after. That really is the ultimate, that's the ultimate concern. And by the way, we're going to have John Durham before the Judiciary Committee, which I sit on next week. We're really looking forward to that. To your question, John. So, we've got a group of people now that there's about 10, 11 people here in the House that are saying, we want to make sure that there's this commitment that's made to conservatism that was done back during the speaker vote. And so this week they said, hold up, we're going to stop things here by not voting by not voting for the rule. And it's really brought the House to a stop at this point because they're saying, hey, we've got to make sure that we're following through on these conservative principles. For those of us that supported the $1.5 trillion increase, which was a little over a month ago, as you remember, in exchange for a bunch of pro-growth stuff and getting some reductions in spending, we really believe that that has not happened now, that we're not going to see those reductions in spending. And that's really a big concern as we go forward. So people are saying, they're putting their foot down and they're saying, no, we're not going forward until we get back to those conservative values on spending.
Okay, so you disrupted rules, and so you didn't, McCarthy didn't get the stove bill on the floor or something. It really has no effect on anybody's life. What is going to have an effect on our life is this massive debt ceiling bill that went through. It's going to end up being $5 trillion. There's no reins on the Biden administration. His communist agenda is fully funded by Kevin McCarthy and the Republicans that voted for this. We feel like the whole $1.5 trillion bill was a con game, like three-card Monte. It was never a serious bill, even though I personally spent, a month of my life here on TV and radio defending it to those that were naysayers. It was never a serious bill. We got kicked in the teeth. And here's my question. The purpose, when McCarthy got in, here's what we heard. Oh, the rule, it's all different, 901 rules. We're going to change the House forever, historic changes. If we don't like what he does, motion to vacate. So he sold us out on this debt ceiling. There's no spin. They're still lying about it. You and I both know that. They're still lying about what's in this bill, like work requirements. Welfare recipients went up by 80,000. Welfare payouts went up by $2 billion. So that's all a lie. So where's the motion to vacate? If you're not going to do a motion to vacate now, Congressman Tiffany, what was the purpose of putting it in there? How could it ever get worse?
Yeah, you'd have to ask others in regards to that. So let me give you just a glimmer of hope in regards to this, John. One of the great things about this bill coming out, remember, under the previous rules that Nancy Pelosi put in place, that any speaker would want, because it gives them complete power over the body, the House of Representatives. You only had a couple hours to review bills, and that's why you see such garbage that goes through. What was one of the great things that happened last week? We had 72 hours as a result of the speaker vote and the speaker negotiations to be able to review this bill and for us to be able to figure out, hey, this isn't really what we've been told. And so in that respect, that was very helpful. And I think you're seeing that continue to play out now, John, where you see members that are like, hold up, we're not upholding the rules that were put in place back during the speaker vote. And we're going to make sure that leadership has to play by those rules. To me, that is a small win for representative government here in America.